What question or questions do you think we should be asking ourselves about transforming workplace culture and leadership?
Oh, I love that question. So interestingly enough, this actually just came up, and I have a standard answer for it now. So if you want to be the best impact to your company culture, the first question you need to ask is, how can I impact this? What can I do? What part of this is something that I have control over? And you have to look at the way you're thinking about things, the way you're speaking about things, and the way you are behaving about things. And you have to address that before you can even look at, okay, now what can anybody else do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So let me ask you that again, because I want to know something very specific. You said speaking, behaving, or what?
Thinking.
Oh, excellent.
So I think that there are in my reality, what I have discovered is that there are really only two things in life. There are the things that you have control over and the things you do not have control over. And if you let
Yeah.
go of the things that you have no control over, there are only three things: the way you think, the way you speak, and the way you behave. And the more you can get alignment in that, the more you have power, control, and impact in every second of your life.
Damn, I love that. And it's so true, right? Like this is where neuroscience loops back around to Buddhism. And believe it or not, Buddhist monks are pretty good buddies with neuroscientists for reasons you might not expect, but it's essentially because they've had 2,500 years practice at how they engage their mind and
Mhm.
how they control their brain. And there's things that they can do, really proficient meditators, that few other people on earth can do. But it's about that. It was sort of like, letting go of something you can't control over, letting go of, losses in your family and loved ones. It's like those who you love who have passed on, regardless of your belief about that. If you spend your time focusing on, I've lost them, I've lost them, I've lost them, which is especially the mindset, the thinking piece. It was like, I lost them. The main thing that came up for me when that happened, which made me a better human being, was I often think, and this was a long time ago now, I often think, would they be proud of me?
Yeah.
What would they think about this? And I don't believe that they are conscious on the other side. I don't think there is another side, but and I want to be wrong. It's like I would really love to see them again. If I could, then I can talk to them about that. But it matters. I think that's where ancestor worship actually comes from, right? Is when you lose somebody close, it's sort of like you're not finished having conversations with them necessarily. You're not
Right.
thinking about how would they, like I said, how would they think about me behaving in a certain way? So that's when you got mindset, as you said, behaving, and what you're saying about it. And that affects everybody. And people cannot see in your brain, but they can certainly see the effects. Yes.
Yeah, we judge ourselves by intent because we know what we meant by that. But we judge others by behavior because that's what we see. So guess what everybody's judging us by?
Right. And whether it's completely by coincidence or something else, I had recently heard that in a book. I don't know whether you recommended it, but exactly that. It was like I thought that was so brilliant, and that's the same kind of thing, the same kind of insights that come from Buddhism, but people mistake as being, oh, that means it's all mystical. It's like, or it's just we can't see people's thoughts, and therefore we base it on, you could be the finest human being in the world, but if you're an asshole boss, it's not going to matter to your employees, and that's going to affect obviously all your leadership and all your results. So
Right.
then, based on what I've just said, ideally, how often should that support, that on-demand